Hi. How are you?
Good.
Hey man.
Hey.
Feeling good again?
Yeah, actually no, today even better. Like,
Okay, good.
feel I definitely
Day by
did
day.
something, but I feel healthy, I think.
Okay, that's good.
How is it going on the project?
Yeah, pretty good. Like every day it went better, but
Yeah.
tried like connecting the whole hard section, and I felt like really I did like on the second day, like already being really tired, falling really close to this move.
Nice.
But I mean, this is the crux move after all, right?
The way I do it, I think like no matter how tired I do this move, if I'm like lucky enough to get the heel token perfectly, then well, I will have to do like this. I will like barely do this, but once I get this, no matter how tired I am, I don't think I'm gonna fall.
Okay.
Super satisfying try. I could touch the move, like the hold of the move of the root. I think if there are better ingredients, a little bit better shape, better conditions, a new pair of shoe, the root is possible, that's for sure. Yeah, pretty happy. So today is actually the first day that I was thinking of giving first serious try, you know, with an idea that there could be a chance of sending. I was hoping that the conditions would be alright, but in the end it was way rainier and pretty foggy in the morning. It's definitely hard because I know I can do the route. It's just that now I have around 10 days until we leave, and maybe I won't be actually given not even one single chance in terms of conditions. It's frustrating. At least there is the barn, and like if it's too bad, we can just spend our time training down in the barn and come back home strong. I've definitely seen it drier. I think the key point is that the intermediate looks pretty dry just before like the hardest move. So that's the most important thing. I mean, it's not ideal. This hold is like a little bit wet. But let's say it's much better than I expected. So with a lot of margin, it's doable today. Oh, fuck. It's 100% wet, everything. This is incredible. The funny thing on my first try, I just check out the moves in the hard section higher above, and I didn't check out the first boulder problem, which seemed from above, from 5 meters away, that it's pretty good. And literally every single handhold in this first crux was absolutely wet. It was not even humid, it was wet. And I just battled, and then I just fell in the last hard move of this crux. And yeah, just kind of counted the day until our departure will never come. That's the way it goes. And especially here in Flatanger, the weather can be really cruel for us climbers. And the most ridiculous thing is we had such amazing weather and I just stayed in bed and then trying to get back into the shape. And the first day I was feeling good, the conditions turned into shit. Need to leave all the anger in the train. Oh, this was great. Project Big is kind of, I don't know, actually pretty low percentage route in terms of there are many moves you can easily slip from if you try to climb it as efficiently as possible. That's something I didn't really think so at the very beginning. But there are a few footholds that are definitely quite small, and if you really want to play it safe, you have to go really slow and lose quite a lot of energy. The Thor sent us some wind. I think this could be the day we might have a chance. Okay, just lower. Starting from the kneebar and going for the final crux, it's not about just going and see what happens. It's about just like giving it everything you have, and like I think it helps, you know, thinking that wow, this time you're gonna send. Because the other times when I'm just trying from the hanging, you just, you know, you try to do it as easy as possible, but which is the true for the lower sections, because you have to like save as much energy as possible, but there it's all about those two moves, and there is no reason to like save the energy, because if you are trying to save the energy, you're just not gonna fucking do that move, which is so hard and so powerful. But this is a very optimistic try. This amazing kneebar where you are like basically standing on nothing. Clip. And now you're like, ah, so good kneebar. Okay, rest forever. Okay, take. So the kneebar is amazing, but the hard part about it is the foot, which is, I would not even call it a foot. It's like you're just smearing against a bare wall, which is even like tiny bit sideways. So, and the hard part yesterday, it was a little bit humid, which made the rest when you went no hands really strenuous. Today it's really dry, and this gives me a good hopes that I might just release my hands and I can recover much better and have enough max power for the real crux, which is just the buff. What a waste of the most amazing perfect day. Like up to the knee bar I climbed perfectly and it felt like effortless. But like then I basically just didn't recover. Cause yeah. Every time I wanted to hang on for like 7 seconds, it was more like 2 and 3. And then like in the hardest move I was like even closer, I even stuck it in like the right part, but I think I was just a tiny bit more tired than I should be. Just like that. There are only a few days left. I took a rest day today, so physically I feel super ready and hungry to give it a try. The weather looks grim, awful. Humidity, rain, drizzle, and the weather forecast doesn't look great for the rest of the trip. I know I can send the route, I just know that there's not that much margin in terms of power, and like everything has to be kind of aligned. Maybe I don't need like the best conditions, but at least I need to be like super fit and well rested. Now it's kind of a gamble with the decisions. I'll wait a few more hours to make a decision. Back in Flatanger after 3 weeks. It's October 16th. It's kind of end of the season. Nobody is here. It's been raining for 2 weeks, almost non-stop, and it was a big challenge to make decision whether to go or not. We finally made decision. This is day 1. It's kind of strange here, as we are the only climbers here. It feels like, you know, the cave is already in the winter mode, and we are kind of disrupting the silence and calmness in here. Let's see if this trip is gonna be worth it or not. Oh, the lower boulder is like the way I expected it. It's quite wet, but can be worse. If the higher part, the real crux, is gonna be dry, that's more important. So made it up to the crux. Some sections are pretty dry. Unfortunately, I was definitely hoping that this rest will be a little bit drier. The kneebar foothold is quite humid, but despite that, the kneebar felt really good this time. So at least that is a really good news, I think. Mostly the foothold which is the problem. Like a little bit wet, and like more you are pressing against it, the more kind of you are just taking the water out of the rock somehow. Feels like you don't know whether your shoe is wet or what's going on. Physically, I think I feel quite good. Dobrý, dober. A je to. Tak jednoduchý to je. So far I don't feel that nervous, which is good. Looking at the weather forecast feels like I might have more chances. It's not only today, so staying here for a week, which is not that much, but yeah, if I'll be given 5 attempts over the next 5 days, that's gonna be awesome. That, I think, even with these conditions similar to these, could give me some hope. Byl najednou úplně mokrý. Jak jsem to vůbec nečekal, tak jsem byl dole a vůbec jsem nepochopil, co se děje. strange conditions. Like the lower boulder problem was so much more wet than 1 hour ago. It was impossible. I slipped in the very first hold. Because like, yeah, first two moves are really easy and I was like trying to go as fast as possible. And I didn't even like notice that this hold was wet, and as I was matching it, it was like BAM! Robert, Kunda, Kunda. Oh. Second try of the day, basically skipping the first boulder and then getting into the kneebar every time. This time being way too tired to like do anything, but yeah, I'm gaining some confidence in like the lower part of the long hard part. And the sneak and kneebar and this move, shoulder, this. Now I can really see that you can do all these moves while being actually pretty tired. Then I wanted to do a few more laps on like the final crux, and I just found out that I was just so tired that I couldn't do the move anymore. But that was alright. It was a good training, some pump, tomorrow rest, and I can't wait. I mean, that's a big shame. The conditions were as good as they can be in October. So I made it to the final knee bar feeling like, wow, I'm feeling good. But then I didn't think like I could recover as much as I should. Still feeling really good, made it to the jump right after, like probably the most solid ever. But then I took the last final holds, and when I went for the big move, I felt like flesh pump, and I would say like this time I didn't really have a chance in this move. Just had to arrive there just a little more fresh. I guess this is the end of the season. I wasn't strong enough. Like this week, when we arrived, I started feeling like somehow really tired, and just such a bummer this season. So many shitty circumstances that ultimately made me not send this route. And like in the end, I don't even think it's like that much on the limit. Like it's just enough to come with feeling really fit and with good conditions, and then you can do it first try. Like if you get familiar with the route after maybe 2 days. So I really hope that's how it's going to be in spring.
now I feel like, yeah, I'm out of shape. I need to get back to training, and then the winter is here in Flatanger. So next time in spring.